Okay, hi. The main point of this presentation is for me to talk about reducing the cost of driving per mile by 80%. That's right, by approximately 80%, you can reduce the cost to drive your car. And you can greatly reduce the downtime and the maintenance time required for your vehicle as well. And you can do that by driving either a straight electricity powered vehicle or a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. Now notice I did not say hybrid vehicle, I said plug-in electric or plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. A plug-in hybrid electric vehicle is a vehicle that can use electricity or gasoline. The gasoline engine is there mainly for the purposes of generating electricity when the power supply runs low. The plug-in hybrid electric vehicle doesn't care where the electricity comes from. It can come from plugging the vehicle into an electrical outlet, or the electricity can come from the engine that it carries on board. The engine that the car carries is a generator. It generates electricity. So that's why it's called plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. It's not just a hybrid vehicle. And what you're looking at right now is a photograph of a Chevy Volt. Now, if you look at the front end of that Volt, you see at first glance it may look like a radiator, but there is no radiator there. It's just metal made to look like a radiator. I guess Chevy, my assumption is Chevy wanted to design it to look like a radiator so that it doesn't look weird or doesn't look strange compared to other Chevys. In Cadillac, there's my Cadillac, my 2014 Cadillac ELR. I believe that Cadillac has done the same thing with the appearance of the ELR. So it looks like a radiator because you don't need a big scoop on the front of a car to scoop air in when you're not running a gasoline engine. Having a big hole in the front of the vehicle just greatly decreases the resistance that the vehicle is going to feel as it travels over the road. It's like a fish trying to swim with its mouth open. It's very hard, and it's going to cut its efficiency. The only thing that a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle designer needs to be concerned about is the airflow over and around the car for handling and to keep the down pressure on the car at certain speeds or whatever. And let's see, I have another example here. Okay, now here's a photograph of two cars that have never dealt with front radiators. Two Teslas. I think both of these are Tesla Model 3s. But the Model S is pretty much the same. There's nothing that looks like a radiator. They're not concerned about putting anything up front that resembles a radiator because they don't need it. They're not concerned with it, and that's fine. The only thing that they have to be concerned about, like I said, is the airflow over and around the car for handling and performance purposes. Not for driving over the road with the mouth wide open, sucking air in. Because once again, like I said, that's like a fish trying to swim through the water quickly with his mouth wide open. It ain't going to happen. The only time a fish is going to open his mouth is when it needs to eat. Otherwise, it's shut. Okay, but back to cutting costs. And there's another picture of the Chevy Volt again. And again, as a result of owning my Cadillac ELR, I'm getting off track now. As a result of owning my Cadillac ELR for the past 5 years or so, I've discovered that I can drive on straight electricity for every dollar I spend on gas, I could drive for about 20 to 25 cents using electricity. And I love that. I absolutely love it. So for that reason, I try to use electricity only as much as I can. And I minimize the use of gasoline by plugging my car in. Right now, as I speak, I'm sitting at home and my car is plugged into my garage here at the house. And as a result of the some downloads that I have on my iPhone, I know where there's dozens, literally dozens of charging stations. Some of them are free, most of them are not free, but some are free. And that reduces the cost of driving per mile even more, even much more. Coupled with the decreased cost of energy required to drive per mile, there's also a great reduction in maintenance because an electric vehicle does not have pistons going up and down inside cylinders that are literally the pistons are, it's damn near like metal to metal contact. The only thing that's protecting the pistons from grinding themselves to death is oil changes. If you do not change the oil and the oil filter on as recommended by the manufacturer, then you're literally killing your vehicle. And that's why high mileage vehicles historically have had poor resale value. And I don't think that same mileage equation should apply to electric vehicles, because all that's required for an electric vehicle to run is for electricity to flow through some wires in the induction motor. That's it. So that's it in a nutshell. You can actually reduce the amount that you spend to drive your car per mile, and you can increase the availability of your vehicle by switching to a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle or a straight electric vehicle, either or. But a gasoline hybrid, a car that has the word just hybrid on it, you're only going to get only maybe 50 miles per gallon or something like that, at 50 or 60 miles per gallon. And my Cadillac ELR, I've had up to 104. My lifetime mileage right now on my Cadillac ELR is 104 miles per gallon. That's right, 104 miles per gallon. That's my lifetime average ever since I've owned the car. So that's my plug for driving on electricity. Thank you for watching.